Yeah, hi, all. Good morning. Welcome to Web sessions. So today we are going to cover 149 and 150 sessions. That is same topic only, internal table only. Okay, without header line. Let us start with without header line. So quick revision. Till now we have completed the basic introduction part. Then architecture, login, logout procedure, screen basic, advanced navigation, dictionary, web dictionary, data dictionary, DDAC complete. Now we are into classic web programming basics over. The second half of the programming, that is working with complex data objects. So complex data object first half structures over. Now we are into internal tables. So the internal table point of view, we have done the basic introductory part, right? Introduction of what exactly the requirement of internal table. Okay, why we need internal table architecture dimension almost 4 hours theory only completed. Now yesterday hands-on started, practical started. Yes. So 148. And today's rest of the topics are whatever being discussed till now, we will discuss into uh, practically I'll take you to that so that by again finally we'll come back, we'll go to line by line so that we should not miss any kind of theory also. Any confusion, I'll try to give the clarity once again. Okay. So I will come back to with header line later. Now we are into without header line topic. Okay. Yes. So login into first remote desktop. Okay. Remote desktop. So we logged in into SAP successfully. Now our current program name is program underscore tables. This is what yesterday started. Like so, where we are basically started with fundamental first topic. That is first example, which yesterday's example is working with our own data. Yes, working with our own data. That is, what is the meaning of our own data means we don't want to use any SAP's data. We can ready records on our own records, right? So here there is no select query involvement also, isn't it? Right. So now let us go for working with SAP data now. That's what our today's topic. So working with SAP data, right? So in SAP data, in the sense SAP tables data. SAP data is stored in the form of tables, right? That is built-in tables, predefined tables like your F1, Mara, VBAK, these tables. Now, uh, yes, let's go for this is the program. If you look at yesterday's program, this was the first program. tables as a title. Here, this, in the description, we can write clearly that working with internal tables, internal tables. Okay, even you can go with flight tables also and all. So this is only you have to look at the components are number, name, address. These components becomes internal table fields and as well as work area fields. Because this syntax only you have to understand first time. Then you know you can assign the values by using. If you want me to test, how do you test? There is here I want to use value keyword is not supported because value is wrong. Immediately when I type V, it is showing red color. So value keyword is not allowed. What is supported is you can assign values to the structure. This is as usual structure value. You can assign to either equals to or move. Move also T to employee number. Yes, this is your overall. No, because we want to see how you can fill the yes. Today I will give complete clarity with the syntax wise. Okay, we will learn. This is very, very important. I already mentioned that we are into important topic. That's why, because this is the hot topic. If you miss this topic or you did not practice this topic or any understanding issues, you can reach out to me immediately. Because otherwise, what will happen? Further topics you may not understand. That's the problem. Because internal tables everywhere we are using. Okay, this is formal introduction from today's onwards. Till now we were working on only what variables and slowly structures. Now internal tables hot topic of let us we will keep it here. So obviously you have to observe that the work area internal tables both memory address is different and we will go for this we will come back if required. I will come back to this program if I want to show something to you. So the new program I don't want to create. I'll just copy this existing program. Copy is this is the best practice. So simply go to the initial screen. You can do copy. Yes, copy. Done. So this is your program underscore internal tables. Copy. So you want to copy all. Copy includes variable strings, includes everything. So go to local. Now, so internal tables one is created as a replica of internal table. So when as soon as you copy, what you have to do? First, working with internal tables without header line, without header line, syntax, without header line syntax. Okay. So working with internal tables, okay, without without header line syntax. That's it. That is obviously with SAP without header line syntax is the first one. And the second, if you want to extend this, this is your, you can write a description at the top. This is working with SCP tables data, meeting tables data. Yes, that's our approach. So now how you are going to change the program? So first of all, it is a three-step procedure. Declare line type. Yes, we have already declared the line type. But in this line type inside these three fields, these three components, I am going to change it. Because see, I will take listener type LFA1 listener. LFA1 listener, then land 1 type LFA1 land 1, then name 1 type LFA1 name. Right. So here EMP I am removing because we are going to write a vendor, TY vendor, TY vendor. When you begin with vendor, you have to close with vendor. Right. Then second, internal table declaration. This name also corresponding name I will change it. TY vendor type table of type IT vendor type table of TY vendor. Right. Coming to the bottom, yes, here it is. TY vendor. This is your work area vendor. Yes. But here we append statement, no. We are going to fill, okay, we are going to fill. Because internal table is empty, you can also use append statement. If you use append statement, what will happen? Again, we have to fill our own values. But generally, fill internal table. Or else, best practice when you fetch the data from database, we change the term. Fill means our own value manually. Populate internal table with the select statement or using select query or select statement. Yes, that is our part. So select is a keyword. Select, we don't use star here. Select listener space land one space name one into table IT vendor into table IT vendor from followed by LFA1 from followed by LFA1. That's it. There is no where condition at all. There is no where condition. So this is your syntactically it is correct. Then okay, this we have to change it, however. So now, yeah, even whenever you write select query, select statement, as a best practice, immediately you have to incorporate, you have to implement size sub RC. The best way to write size sub RC is first we have to write non equals to symbol, non equals to first, then equals to the else. So under non equals to, we can write okay, records not found. That is your what's failure case. We come to else case. Else case, we write records found. Records found. When record found, you can put the record. Correct? That is positive. Display internal table case table using loop statement. Okay, good. So loop at internal table name. This is not EMP now. It is IT underscore vendor. IT underscore vendor. This is your work area underscore vendor. Right? Go to everywhere you want to replace it. If you want to replace these three, we have to know this option also. So first save it. Okay, save because see, go to this. You have to replace work area EMP is the source system. Replace with work area underscore vendor. Correct? Yes, because there are many types. So I'm introducing replace with in master program. Continue. So that, see, there are three places it is replaced. So you select this from cursor position without dialog. See, automatically these three changed. You have to see, select this, yes, EMP replaced by vendor. You call this icon. This is very important. In a large size program, you want to replace all at a time. The reason is see, it saves lot of time, and when you do manual correction, there is a scope of errors also, isn't it? So now we are going to this. Okay. Oh, sorry. We have to change the field names also. So field names, control space through. You can change it by using listener. Here it is name one and as well as line because you open save it, save check and activate. That's all. Okay, save check and activate. That's all. Now, if you test it, we will come to know the records. So the records found. So three records found. Yes, three records found. That's why because as of now, LFA1 having only three entries. That's why it's showing three records. Now you have to see this topic in several times, several ways. So first, let me explain one after another first. Okay, we will go back to the basic programming. That is this syntax only. Yes, this syntax based explanation. Let us talk on first. So, in case of types, okay, these are all the three steps. We will keep it here. Yes, the explanation I will type it. So, as I said, the way three-step procedure we have to implement is this approach. Try to understand with try to understand like this particular syntax first. Syntax technical meaning. This is already introduced. Once again, I'm coming back. So explanation is we know types keyword. I'm repeating again for your clarity sake. Types keyword. hmm, Types keyword creates what? Keyword creates your mm, yes, we can call it as types keyword creates data type. But in this case, it is creating, means it is declaring because here it is, here it is used to declare what? To declare, first one is types keyword is used to declare local structure type. That is right. And or it is a kind of, because this is important. Types keyword does what? It is local because its scope is local. Yes, its scope is local. Right. And second, it is used, types keyword is used to create complex, to declare complex data object, complex data type, complex data type as structure type. Yes. In last sessions, we are familiar with Structure versus structure type. Structure is a data object which is declared by data keyword. Structure type is a data type. Yes, this is a data type. Structure type is a data type, right? So now this is like a complex data type, right? It is a complex data type. Now we will go to a simple and a complex data type. Now we will go for hmm, here the internal table point of view. It is a line type of internal table. So you try to understand types. If you are confused, we will remove this everything because no problem. This total stuff I'm going to add it here. Yes, this also 149 and 150. Decisions also will add it at the top only, so that what will happen is still the topic going on in a continuous manner. Any point of time you can come and verify how many sessions done on internal tables also. These are all related to internal tables only, so that we without disturbance this will continue as a sequential topic, so that I don't want to confuse. This is because if the topic itself bit confused, slowly you try to understand. With your basic knowledge, till now I used this types keyword for several times. Types keyword is used first to introduce local elementary type, local structure type. Now this is your local structure type only. So we are using this local structure type. Local structure type is type begin of end of component 1, component 2 by using different data types. That is your local structure. And then this is a complex data type because it is type begin of end of is a it is a structure type. That is not simple, it is a complex, it is under complex data type. Next, this is same thing, internal table pointer. It is a line type or row type. That is, our internal table lines are created based on this, what you keep between begin of and end of. That is internal table point of it is a line type. Line type means line information. Type of the line decided by what? Suppose if this is if you write number name address, number become internal table first column, name becomes second column, address become third column. Correct? That's what yesterday. But today's topic, listener land one name one. So listener is the first component. Listener become internal table first column, land one becomes second column, name one become third column, isn't it? That is your so got it? This is the source. This is the source for internal table and work area also for both. Okay, what you mentioned between begin of and end of is important. Okay, yes. Now, yeah, hope you understand. Right. This each component, because there is no memory for this, you have to remember. Types keyword creates data type. Data type means no memory, it is plain description only. You cannot say in debug also because no memory for that. And each component can be created. You can use component 1, 2, 3 like that. Component mostly we use type followed by, like followed by, rarely we use it. Okay, type addition. So this syntax is as it is, you have to remember. Begin of begins, end of ends. Begin space, half space, these are all keywords. And when you begin with this name, so you have to end with the same name. You know colon, comma, chain statement that is already familiar. Right. Second, at least one component you have to mention, otherwise it gives error. And how many components maximum is up to you. No problem. Each component name should be unique. That is another rule. Component, you have to type one after another. as unique. The associated type can be a predefined type. Hmm. Associate type can be a predefined type or else a dictionary type. This is important. Yes. Each component can be declared using either associated type, sorry, using using either uh, either predefined type or dictionary type. Predefined type is this one, or dictionary means global type. Or okay, this way you can type keyword because tomorrow, if you look at so many built-in example programs, you should not get confused that what is happening. Once your basics are clear, so till now I have completed this. Yes, as a part of internal table, we are majority most of the time, most of the cases, we will go and go with this type of syntax only. That's the reason I introduced this. Okay. Yes, today I'm using LFE1 example. Tomorrow you can use KN1 Mara also. I will also use it. Right. Next, we are using without header line. In case of without header line, we have to declare two data objects. Next, yes. So now that statement I will write it. Whatever I pronounce it or whatever I spell out, I'm typing mostly because notes also equally important. Do not ignore anything. If you don't write notes, today it seems like easy, but going forward, it is a bit confusing. Initial understanding is most important. That's why I'm going very slow, very, very slow, because this is little, uh, I don't want to say complex topic, but most focused topic. One time you understand, you enjoy this. If confusion, confusion also will continue, right? So that's why in case of in new syntaxes, new means we don't use new word. Internal table without header line, without without header line syntax. This is syntax. Okay, we have to declare we have to declare two data objects. We have to declare two data objects. That is okay. That is yes internal table and work area. So right, internal table, both are data objects, both are data objects which can be declared by data keyword, data statement. Right. So now syntax to declare internal table is data is this is your internal table name. This is name of the internal table. Name of the it could be. You can write I tab, K tab, I tab, J tab. Otherwise, you can write it as ITK, N1, ITLF1, IT Mara, etc. That is name of the internal table. Next, type. Type is a keyword. Type keyword is used what? Yes. What exactly type type followed by data type. That is your basic topic. So here in this case, type followed by hmm, type table of followed by followed by data type only. Which data type? Which data type? Local structure type. Otherwise, uh, s- local structure type is obvious. A structure type is a data type, as you know. So simply, what is the difference between only type and table of? Why we have to use this table of keyword is the question. So now table of keyword does what? Table of keyword table of keyword creates creates internal table. Yes, this is most important because table of keyword only important, right? So now it creates internal table. Yes, using this. So now you try to understand what's the data I tab. Most of the time we write I tab. Type table of this above name ty underscore LTY underscore or GTY underscore. This is your generally TY means type. Begin of TY, end of TY. LTY means local type, GTY means global type. Even internal table also you can write I tab or GT underscore or else LT underscore I tab global table or else local table. This is your only WA or else GS underscore WA, that is global structure, or LS underscore WA, right? Local structure. So now here, yes, local structure type. Okay. So local structure type is local structure. So what is the meaning of type means by making use of. So internal table is created by making use of O, O what? O structure type or above line type. This is, we are calling it as line type. Line type is, that is internal table line is depend on this component. So now, yes, that's what you have to observe it. Yes. Each component become internal table, yes, line. Each component becomes internal table line. Yes. So suppose there are four components are internal table is created with four columns. Okay. So, right, the number of components, okay, becomes same number of columns of internal table. Columns of internal table. Yes. Okay. Right. Here it is two, then internal table become two columns. Here it is four. Yes, four columns. Right. So, but in our case, number, name, address, three columns, listener, land one, name one, three columns. That's why three columns created, right? So, when you write a table of, it creates a table, and moreover, yes, it creates a column with this above source. This is the source. Why I am saying source means if you add one more column as a fifth column, it is automatically get added to the internal table. Or if you comment one existing column, it gets reduced. So if you want to do addition, correction of the component name, you want to change. Yes, this is the main source. You remember it. Okay. That's about your explanation of internal table declaration. Into the work area declaration. Because in this case, obviously, first we'll go with internal table first, work area next. That's what I say. So work area declaration related. No, work area. Work area must be declared. Must be declared with as explicit. Explicit means you have to do it. Yes, explicitly we have to do it. That is wanted. You cannot. It is not automatically. System does not create automatically. You have to create it explicitly. Right. Data keyword only we have to use it. Now, work area name could be WA or WAK, never WAEMP. Names you can use it. Next. So as I said, table and work area memory address different, names also different. There is no confusion. If you want to work with work area, you can directly work, or iTab you can work. Next. So uh, work area is declared with the type addition. Type followed by local structure type. So work area is declared with type addition, and the next type followed by local structure type. Yes, that is work area created by making use of making use of above local structure type. So what happens as a result? As a result, each component becomes work area field. Work area field. Yes. So again, the same statement. Yes. How many fields work area gets is the number of components. Components in the line type. Okay. In the line type becomes same number of same name also. Number of columns work area. Okay. Because actually, why I'm spending only explaining declaration point of view this much time is very important, because it seems like simple, but this is only going forward creates a problem and a syntax issue. Let me go to one picture for this. Later you will understand. So what is our requirement? Because here we are not talking on requirement. We forgot the requirement explanation, because first of all, yes, we have to know the requirement also, because as a user, yes. So, mm, okay, like business requirement through, we will try to the business requirement is which all the records of vendor master data. This is the requirement. That's all. So for that, we have implemented all the data means obviously we have to go this approach. Yeah. So we will see yesterday's number, name, address, explanation, picture, debugging explanation is over. Today we are going to talk it on LFA1, right? So obviously I need to write LFA1 at the bottom. Whenever I am writing at the bottom, this is your this is the database table name. Right. Here, because to make it to simply writing the first record, 11 at the second record, 12 at the third record, and so on. As of now, only three records only available. This is the data. Now, first step, you have to go to this is your what is that memory, because overall this is a part of this the application layer memory. Application layer memory. In the memory, we are going to create types. Types doesn't create anything because that is no memory allocated for that. Where data starts, data objects gets created in the memory. Data IT KNA1. So when it is sorry IT LFA1. So it will create one internal table first. This is named as a it is named as a internal table. What is the name? It is IT score the name of the internal table. And this internal table is created by making use of the above. Yes. So this sorry. So go to yeah. You can write it as IT LFA1 also okay, IT vendor also okay. Either way you can use it. Okay. Yes. So for as a best practice, I'm going to use it LFA1 only. No worries. We'll take one more program as LFA1. Suppose under this, okay, we have to go to vendor is a general word. Yes. LFA1 is the table name so that anybody will understand it easily. So now we are creating first field as a listener. So it will create like this. Okay. First field as a listener, second as a land one, third one as a name one. So now, so go to this is your listener. Next to so columns, but you have to remember the internal table is empty as such. If it is internal table, if it is empty, why should you have written with a large? Because default memory gets allocated. So that's why it is even though no records also it is holding some default memory. Yes, because you have to observe one thing IT vendor or IT LFE1 type table of the table of create keyword creates a table here. It is look like a table, right? Second, work area vendor type TY vendor. But the name is different. See here two things. If you want to write as an independent line also, you can write data. No problem. I don't want to use comma here. Yes, you can write both separately also. This is also accepted. No worries. Remove this comma. Please period over here. Yes, that's it. Okay. Yes. Now, IT vendor. Yeah. The difference between most important. Listen carefully. This data. This name different. This name different. You have to observe both. So work area. The work area, I am going to write it as a work area. Work area name different, memory address also different. This is important. Yes. Because, yes, it is WA. I'm going to write either a caps or small WA underscore LFA1. LFA, right? But now, this is also created type for a data type. So it is a complex type or local structure type. So work area is created by using listener land one neighbor, the same field names, the same component name. This listener component one become internal table, first column, vendor first column. Land one become land one is second component to become internal table second column, work area second column. Name one is a third component, it become internal table third column, work area because type followed by Both are using the above same source only. That's the reason I told you if you want to add ORT01 here, it will automatically add it to internal table and work here also. No, you no need to add explicitly for both. Or if you comment something, same reflection also will reflect immediately. The number of columns of the internal table and work area decided by here. The number of columns, sequence also, names also, everything decided by. And which table through you want to declare everything. That's why this is the source line type. Internal table lines are rows decided by this only. What you keep between listener, what you keep between begin of and end of between. If you write number name address, it become number name address. Listener land one number. If you write tomorrow, Mathner, ERSDA, ER name, then obviously the column names and all get changed. Alright? And do remember, table of is missing. Without a table of, it will create. See, this is most important. When you write table of creates a table, without table of, it will create one row. Yes. Without a table of, it will create one row. That is very, very, very important observation. So here, listener, line one, then name one. Column names of internal table and work area both are same. Now, if you go to here, this is your listener, this is the line one, this is name. Now, yes. So even I will try to use that statement also. Without using table of addition creates only one row. Internal work area gets created with one row. The table of keyword creates a table. Okay, table that is internal table. Okay, yes, because it's not a table, so it is internal table. Without table of, it creates one row of work. Right. Second one, there is a alternative syntax. Alternative syntax to to declare work area also. What is alternative syntax? Suppose data you can write work area. Yes, this is when we write angle brackets, you can keep it as a work area WA simply. WA, okay, type. We don't use type like line of internal table. Yes, this is also valid syntax. Sometimes you will find this syntax. So explanation for this is work area can also be declared with like addition also. With like addition also. That is about. So here what declaration by type addition is valid, like addition is valid. But there is a rule. Type followed by data type, like followed by data object. Yes. So what happens? Since like followed by data type, like followed by data object, sorry, like followed by data object, here, hmm, here work area, work area is created, work area is declared with referring to, referring to internal table, because like act as as a reference. So here, yes, here new data object. New data object means that is WA is referred to existing data object. Existing data object that is iTab. But existing data object one row. Existing data object one row because it is not referring to the entire table. It is referring to the one line. Yes, that is important. So like line of must followed by internal table only. So what happens is as a result, what happens? As a result, work area work area is created by referring to or with reference to a line of internal table. So that means how internal table line is created. Okay, internal table line is created already because in the memory it's already created. Same way, work area also gets created. You see the explanation of yes, explanation of like addition, type addition. Type was very simple, easily you understand because it is using see internal table work area both using the above source. That's why it is easy. But sometimes, if at all I want to go to this particular syntax, this variation I want to tell. Data work area vendor like yes, like is a capital, like line of followed by ty vendor is wrong. This is very, very important. It is wrong. It gives syntax error. Like followed by data object. Like followed by data object. So you cannot give line type or data type or structure type or local type, anything. So you have to use internal table, already existing internal table. Yes. Because first, what will happen? What will happen when we execute it? Comes with simple line table. First, it will create internal table first. Okay, as a sequence interpreter line by line execution. Then it comes to work area, right? Then it comes to work area. So work area is created as a secondary data object. By the time it is referring to, that's why like is a reference line of it will refer to the internal table one line. So internal table one line is created by using if it is number name address suppose. Same work area also gets created with the number name address. If the internal table columns are one line is created with using listener one name one suppose three columns. Same three columns through work area also gets created. Same data type, same length, everything. You know that we no need to talk. This is already covered scenario. First, what happened? TY vendor listener is getting from LFA1 listener. That means LFA1 listener is what? It is character. Listener is character 10, land one is character 3, name one is character 35. Correct? That is type. So your T1 vendor component 1 is getting uh, is not only is getting technical properties, the dictionary table field. Okay, this is character, this is character, this is character. So same rule applicable internal table some first listener is character 3, sorry, Landlord has cal 30, new one has cal 25. Same worker also will get first listener cal 3, cal 10, cal 3, new one is cal 25, right? So, got it? Like line of. Yes. Hope you guys understand type addition, like addition. But most of the cases we go with the type only because usage of like is not recommended by SAP, particularly OOPS concept point of view. Also, we don't use that. That's why, okay, forget about always we go with type addition. But somewhere when you refer to the existing programs, somewhere if you find like a keyword, at that time you have to analyze what is happening there. Now, uh, what next? If you look at right, that's about your explanation of declarations. Then we will go to the select query now because select query is used to fill select query or select statement is used to populate internal table right. Next, select query uses select query fetches or retrieve. These are all the right words because you cannot use select query pulls data or selects data. No, this is okay. It won't bring data. It will copy data. That's okay, but technically you have to use fetching or retrieving data. Retrieves data from okay database table and populate into populates into internal table. Right. Next. So what is that? Source select query. Select query source is select query source is database table. Select query select query target is select query target is internal table. That is query executes. So select query does what? Copies mm, database tables data from underlying database layer to target okay internal table that is at the application level or layer. No problem. Right. This is what. But now select this. Yes. So here in our case, this is already known explanation, repeated explanation. Once again, select a star which is select star which is star stress point called character. That is in the keyboard you can find the shift plus 8. That is nothing but if you type directly it writes 8. Shift plus 8 equals to star. So the above special symbol star. So which is all rows, all columns of database table. Yes, database table. Right. So correspondingly, okay, correspondingly internal table is already, internal table is already declared to hold, declared to hold all rows, columns, data. Yes, internal table declaration itself done to hold the all rows and columns data. Yes, this is important because this is database table rows and columns. This is internal table which is rows and columns. Yes, right. But now we will write it. So here you have to observe one thing. Here the query is, this is my query. I will write it in a separate color so that you don't get confused. Select is a keyword. Star means required columns. Yes, you can write from first or to first. Either way, it's okay. Followed by the source, that is your LFA1 is the source into table hmm, into table followed by internal table. This is also important. Yes, into followed by LFA1. Yes, that's it. No where clause. Where clause is optional here. Yes. Okay. Yes. Where clause you can keep it if you want to filter it. You don't want to filter all rows, all columns means it will. So simple. As a result, what happens? First star. So it goes to the database LFA1. All the three records are 10 records or 100 records, 1000 records, 10,000 records, whatever is there as of today, as of now. For a table, so this LFA1, it goes to this table. These records, it will fetch directly into table item. When you say into table, yes, this is your internal table, right? Internal table, right? So at one step, single step, it moves all the data from database table to internal table. So as a result, what happens? We will write it. This is result case. That's why I'm writing in red color. So 10, whatever, ABC, you write it. 11th, 12th. The records came automatically. It one step, single step. That is important. So because these are all I'm going to cover. Okay, this select query uses, we will study this as a separate topic also once again. Okay, so select query uses into table addition. You have to observe into table addition. So into table must followed by internal table only. Into table addition must followed by internal table only. This is very, very important thing. Correct. So what is this syntax? This select statement, this select statement or select query fetches all the data, all the data from database source database table, target internal table. All the data from database table and okay, populate into populates into internal table at a single step, at one step. This is most important. Okay, at one step, single step. Yes. So, right. It won't write. Yesterday's example was work area through. I moved it to 10 record, 11 record, 12 record. One second. We'll go to.